Good evening, ladies and gents. Callie here. There's been something that's been kind of stuck in my craw for a bit, and it's about time to go and cut loose. Charlotte. More accurately, the city council, and with what happened down there. Well, the resolution they had for the non-discrimination / equality went down in flames. There's been enough stuff on my Facebook feed, everything else I've seen on that, yeah, people are getting annoyed all around. Different people are bragging, different people are blaming different ones, and it's a mess. Now, someone like me, it doesn't really change the calculus as it is. I wish the thing would have gone through because it would have made something much easier for me. The list. If you're a cross-dresser, transgender, genderqueer, whatever terms you want to use for it, whichever side of the spectrum is, where you're presenting as something that normally for society they don't see on that one, I'll use in this case male to female. Or we can use female to male. It's going to be the same on both of these. I'll actually scratch that. We'll just go for the male to female since that's kind of the boat I'm in. That's kind of my wheelhouse right now for it. So, the list. Here's what it is the list of bathrooms and places you can go where you're safe when you're dressed. This can be unisex bathrooms. This could be a business where they don't mind about that you go in the bathroom where you present. Things like that. Heck, it can even be somewhere where they don't mind if you go into a room and change or do whichever. Used to be a crepe shop here where they had no problem with me walking in using one of the bathrooms and walking out dressed up. I actually kind of appreciated that more than the owner probably realized. But that's the thing is, any one in my boat, drag queens, transgendered, crossdressers, you name it, we have our list. Why do we have to have this list? Well, say you're not the most passable and you go into a women's restroom and they have a fit about it. Or even if you are passable, they decide to have a fit and things can escalate, cops can get called, all kinds of embarrassing stuff. It's annoying. Now, the alternative is you could go to the men's room. Well, let's look at that. You walk in there, and there are some people that take exception, maybe with fists or other implements laying around. That sucks just as bad, if not worse, because then you got the whole medical bulk to deal with. So, that's why there's a list. Now, up here in Hickory, that list is actually fairly long for me. But that's because there's places, few enough places I go, a lot of the ones I go to have, instead of the larger scale restrooms, they have the locking ones. Makes it easy. Or unisex bathrooms. But honestly, I've found this area has become a lot more accepting over the years in general. Which is startling considering that there's been the reputation of it being the opposite. And then people that have constantly told me that, oh, look at Charlotte. Charlotte's a great example. Charlotte's where things are going well. Look what we're getting done. Yeah, about that. I'm sure there's a lot of people whose lists shrunk quite a bit after the city council thing. And, well, I keep seeing calls of don't support this person, don't support that person. Well, I actually agree with that to an extent. Let me explain. Politically, if you don't like what happened, get your ass out and vote. Find candidates that agree with your positions. If the ones currently going through aren't fitting on that, guess what? Get together with your friends, your co-workers, anyone who is an ally, and find your own candidates. Run them, boost them, support them, and hold their feet to the fire when it comes time to put the votes in. If there's ones that you don't support, hell, do what you can within the confines of our system to make sure they don't get in. But don't shoot yourself in the foot by bringing in the worst of two evils. So yeah, while you may have one candidate who's not doing that well with you on it, but then you have the other one who decides that they want to go the route of, say, that attorney in California and try and get a ballot measure to shoot all the gays. You know what? I'm going to go with lesser two evils on that. So that's the first part, is the political solution. You have friends. I know you do. For those in our community, there's allies. Work their asses. Now, that's the political side. Then there's the business side. And this is something any of y'all out there can do. Contact local businesses. If you want, get some people together and come up with some group, or work with one of the existing groups out there, and just call and start doing a survey about the bathroom issue that came up as part of that equality bill in Charlotte. And just ask them their position. If you want, dig deeper and ask why. Ask if they would be willing to change it. That sort of thing. Here's the thing. Write it all down. Make a record. And then publish that stuff. Once you get a good long list, publish it out there. And vote with your feet, vote with your dollars, and encourage others around you to do the same. Now, there is the blowback effect that people on the other side of the issue may well decide to throw support in there for the people that you don't like. Well, that's the risk of the game. But yeah, so for now, I still got my list. It's staying right up in here. I mean, no real reason for me to go blaring it out right now. To be honest, I actually like this place I'm in, believe it or not. The town's getting friendlier and friendlier. And I've been going in public more and more often, and it's been refreshing. It's actually kind of amazed me about how things have ended up around here. But yeah, so, conclusion, remember that those of us who are presenting not in the normal methods, we're doing what we can to watch our back. It'd be nice to get others to do, or to help in this. Yes, Charlotte City Council, I'm looking at y'all, and I hope you do better when it's outside of an election year. But yeah, so remember, we have political solutions, we have financial solutions, and we have social solutions. Work the people around you. And big thing to remember, once they know people that are this way, and they've engaged in conversations that they become friends with, things like that, it's amazing how fast the opinions change. So we gotta roll that tide. Okay? Well, I hope everyone has a great night. I'm gonna send this up and then probably just go sink some ships on uncharted waters for a while. Have a good night.